You take a main verb, add a preposition to it, and you will have a phrasal verb. Now, when it comes to phrasal verbs, a lot of students are either afraid or confused. I totally understand. Don't worry, because in this lesson, we're going to learn 10 phrasal verbs that will change your English. Let's start with number 1, to catch up. Catch up. What does that mean? It means to reach the same level as someone else or something else. Imagine you are running in a race and you are behind. Now, what do you need to do? You need to catch up. You need to run faster so that you can catch up. You can reach the same level as other runners. Look at this example. I need to catch up on my assignments this weekend. I have a lot of assignments to do. I haven't done any of those, but this weekend I have time, so I will try to catch up. I will try to reach the same level. I will try to do the things that I forgot to do or I was lazy to do in the past. I'll catch up. Or look at this one. After a long vacation, it took me a while to catch up with my colleagues at work. I took a long vacation. A lot of things happened at work that I was not aware of. So once I came back, it took me some time to catch up, to reach the same level as I had before taking the vacation. I hope it is clear now because we're going to the second one. Put off. Put off. I know the meaning of put, and I know the meaning of off, but when you put them together, it has a different meaning. That is why some students find phrasal verbs quite confusing. If you put something off, you delay it, you postpone it. You can't do it now, so you put it off for another time. Imagine you have homework to do, but you don't feel like doing homework. What should I do? Well, maybe I should just play with Jack, and then I will do homework later. You are putting off doing your homework. You're postponing it to another time. Or let's say there is a meeting, and a few people haven't shown up. So you, as the boss of the company, would decide, let's put off the meeting to a later time so that others would come in. Look at this example. Don't put off studying until the last minute. It's stressful. Or, we had to put off the meeting due to technical issues. We had to postpone it. We were facing a lot of technical issues. Moving on to phrasal verb number 3. I'm pretty sure you know a lot of phrasal verbs with take, like take out the trash. But what about take up? What if somebody says, I've recently taken up tennis? You've taken up tennis? What does that mean? Take up means to start doing something new, like a hobby or an activity. For example, me. I've recently started playing tennis. I've taken up a new hobby, tennis. Look at this example. He decided to take up painting as a way to relax. Take up a new activity. Start a new activity. Start painting. Or look at this one. She took up running and now wants to participate in competitions. How about you? Have you recently taken up a new activity? A new hobby? Let me know in the comments, and let's move on to the next phrasal verb. I'm pretty sure you're familiar with get, and I know you know the meaning of away, and I'm 100% certain that you know the meaning of with. But let's put them together. Get away with. Do you know what it means? If you get away with something, you escape from being punished or blamed for that. Imagine you're playing football at home. You kick the ball, it hits the window, and it breaks. Now your parents are away, so you have time to replace it. By the time they come back, they see the window as it was before they left. So they don't even realize that you broke the window. You got away with it. Now look at this example. He cheated on the test and got away with it. While taking the exam, he cheated. Oh, okay, and nobody noticed. He got away with it. He wasn't punished. The thief got away with stealing the jewelry before the police arrived. By the time the police arrived, the thief had escaped, so he got away with it. He wasn't blamed for it, or he wasn't punished for it. And we are halfway through this video. Let's go to the next phrasal verb. Bring up. Bring up. What does that mean? It means to mention or introduce a new topic in a conversation. Imagine you're at dinner and you start talking about a new movie. By the way, have you guys seen the new movie Gladiator 2? You've brought up this new topic in the conversation. Let's not bring up old disagreements during the meeting. She brought up interesting points during the discussion. Let me tell you something very important. Learning the meaning of each of these phrasal verbs is one thing. Seeing how they are used in a text is another thing. So, it is very important for you to see how these phrasal verbs are used in context, and that is what we're going to do with our first short story. Let's go. The Catch-Up Challenge. Sarah had just returned from a long vacation and realized she had a lot to catch up on at work. Her inbox was overflowing, and she couldn't put off her tasks any longer. To manage her stress, she decided to take up yoga, hoping it would help her stay calm. Later that day, her colleague admitted to spilling coffee on a report, but somehow managed to get away with it because no one noticed. While chatting with her team, Sarah decided to bring up the topic of deadlines, ensuring everyone was on the same page. Excellent job. You're doing great. We're almost there. We've learned 5 phrasal verbs. Before we continue, let me tell you something. Do you want to have the summary of this lesson? All the phrasal verbs with the example sentences and some beautiful pictures in a single PDF file? Or let me give you something better. Do you want to have the summary of all of my YouTube channel videos in one book with more than 500 pages for free? Then you can download my Ultimate English book. This book has more than 500 pages, and I'm giving it to you for free. How can you get it? Click on the link on top of this video, go to my website, type in your name, your email address, your country, and click download. You will get the link in your inbox. Enjoy. And now, let's continue with the lesson. Here's another phrasal verb. The main verb is look, and the preposition is up. Look up. But there is another preposition. Look up to. Look up to. What does that mean? If you look up to somebody, you admire them. You respect them. Oh, Cristiano Ronaldo. Look at this example. I've always looked up to my parents for their hard work. I think my parents are the best. I always look up to them. I admire them. I respect them. And so should you. He looks up to his professor as a role model. He admires and respects his professor, and he wants to be like him one day. Here's something that you might not have heard before, but it is very common. Fall through. Fall through. If a plan or something falls through, it fails, or it doesn't happen as expected or as planned. Imagine you plan to go to the park and have a barbecue, but it starts raining. Your plan fell through. Our plan to visit Paris fell through because our flight was canceled. The deal fell through when the buyer backed out at the last minute. The buyer was ready to pay, but he backed out at the last minute. No. So the deal fell through. It failed. Now here's another phrasal verb with turn. Turn down. If you turn something down, you reject it. You don't accept it. It's usually for an offer or an invitation. Imagine you get a job offer, but the salary is not good. You refuse to accept it, right? You turn it down. She turned down the job offer because it required too much travel. She turned it down. She said no. I had to turn down the invitation as I had other plans. Somebody invited me to a party, but I had other plans, and I said, sorry, I can't. I just can't. I have other things to do. I turned it down. Next is pull off. Pull off? What does that mean? It means to succeed at doing something difficult or unexpected. Imagine you try juggling 3 balls in your hand, right? It's really difficult, but if you can manage to do it, you can say, I pulled it off. Despite the challenges of holding the event, the team pulled it off. It was really difficult to hold that event, but the team succeeded. They pulled it off. It's incredible how he pulled off such a big project on his own. He pulled it off. He succeeded. And last but not least, hold back. To hold back means to stop yourself from saying something or doing something. What did you just say? She wanted to voice her concerns, but held back during the meeting. She wanted to say what she was worried about, but she held back. She stopped herself from doing it. Hey, don't hold back. Share your ideas with the group. Don't hold back. Don't stop yourself from sharing your ideas. Doesn't matter how stupid they are, just share them. Now we've learned another 5, so it is time to see them in context. Let's go for short story number 2. Jake always looked up to his older brother for his confidence and success. However, when his brother's business deal fell through, Jake felt disappointed for him. Despite this, his brother didn't hold back and worked on a new idea. Jake wanted to help, but had to turn down an invitation to a party to focus on assisting him. Together, they managed to pull off a new business pitch that impressed investors. Incredible. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and if you're new to my channel, click subscribe. See you.